In this video, we'll learn about simple interest. So for simple interest, I have a couple formulas I like to use. First is I equals PRT. I stands for interest, and interest is the amount charged for borrowing or loaning money. P stands for principal. Principal is the amount of money borrowed or loaned, and R stands for rate. That's the percent of the principal that is charged as interest. And then the second formula is balance equals interest plus the principal. So the total amount I would owe after my loan is due is going to be the balance. I would just take the interest that's charged plus the principal or the amount of money that I borrowed. So in this problem, I want to find the simple interest and the total balance due. So I'm looking for two things, simple interest and total balance. Well, I see that I'm borrowing $3,200, so that's my principal, at 9.2%. That's my rate for 7 years, 3 months. That's my time. So I'm just going to use my formula, I equals PRT, to first find the interest. So interest is equal to my principal, 3,200, times my rate, which I'm going to change to a decimal, 0.092, times my time, 7 years, 3 months, or 7.25 years. And when I multiply all of this together, I find that the total interest that I owe is going to be equal to $2,134.40. But I also want to find the balance that's due. So my balance is my interest plus my principal. So my balance is going to be that interest that I just found, $2,134.40, plus the principal, what I initially borrowed, $3,200, and I can see here that my total balance is going to be $5,334.40. Next, here I want to find the interest rate now. So again, I'm going to use both of these formulas. I can see that my principal is here, 233,250. Now this is for 15 years, so that's my time, and I know that my balance is $478,162.50. So I'm looking for my rate here, and the first thing that I'll need to do, since my rate is what I'm looking for, I would need to find out what my interest is. And I could find my interest by just taking my balance and subtracting the principal. That will give me my interest. So the interest is going to be my balance minus the principal. So my balance, 478,162.50, minus the principal, 233,250. I find that my interest is $244,912.50. So now I want to go back to my simple interest formula here, and I'm going to substitute my interest, 244,000 here, $912.50. That's going to be equal to my principal. So back from the problem, my principal was $233,250 times my rate. That's what I don't know. My rate is the variable that I'm solving for here, times the time, which was 15 years. I'm going to simplify just a little bit here. So if I take my principal times my time here, 233,250 times 15, I'm going to get 3,498,750 times the rate is all equal to that interest that I calculated earlier, 244,912 And then to solve for r, I'm just going to divide both sides by the coefficient. And I find out that r is equal to 0.07. Again, I'm looking for the interest rate, so that is just 7%. All right, so here you want to find the simple interest and the balance. I'm going to use our formulas again, so let's just identify what we have. I know that 17,800, that's my principal. The rate is 3.25%, and the time is 5 years. So first, I just want to find my interest, and that is equal to 17,800 times my rate times my time. And when I multiply all of this out, I am going to get $2,892.50. So that's my interest. So I found the simple interest here. And now I just want to find my balance. So I'm going to take that simple interest, $2,892.50, and I'm going to add the principal. And my principal was 17,800. And I get a total balance of $20,692.50. All right, and last one here. I want to find the time period in years and months of this investment. $44,000 is my principal at 8.8%, and that's my rate. And I have a total balance here of $93,368. So I want to look to find my interest. And again, I'm just going to take my balance and subtract the principal, and that's going to give me my interest. So I'll take the 93,368 and I'll subtract 44,000, and I find that my interest is going to be $49,369. So 49,369. So now that I know my interest and I know my rate and I know my principal, I can find my time here. So I'm going to take my interest, 49,369, and that's going to be equal to my principal, 44,000, times the rate, changing that to a decimal, 0.088, times the time. This is what I don't know. I multiply the principal and the interest together. I'm sorry, the principal and the interest rate together. If I multiply both of those together, I get $3,872 times t. And all of that is equal to my interest of 49,369. Divide both sides by the coefficient, and I will find t. And when I solve this out, I see that 12.75 equals t. So it's 12 years, and 75 hundredths of a year is 9 months. So 12 years, 9 months is my time period. And that's how we work with simple interest.